What's up, guys? Today I wanted to go over for Whiteboard Wednesday how you'd prepare a rotational athlete for competition. In the old school way was where they'd have time off and we'd be able to actually go through different phases of training. So your traditional approach would be your first phase would be you're starting with anti-rotation exercises, so we're resisting rotation, and then you'd go into more actual rotational exercises to build capacity. So like your med ball, scoop tosses, but you're going extensive so you can build that capacity. And then you're going to increase the intensity of rotational exercises. So then you would go intensive scoop tosses, shot put, things like that. And then you might even like bring in some power exercises, rotational landmine presses, other exercises that would fit what you're trying to do. And then you would integrate rotational exercises that are closer to sport. This is where a lot of times you're getting creative with it, and it's not exactly, some of these exercises most people would not recognize normally. The more of the real world approach is the conjugate approach. We're trying to address these needs throughout each current week. So you're seeing more of them throughout the weeks full of workouts. So you're seeing anti-rotation in there, rotational exercises, some rotational power programmed in there, and then some integrated exercises as well. So like, for example, there'd be anti-rotation exercises like pal-off presses, pal-off holds, side planks, different variations of side planks you could put in there as well. Then you could go hollow holds or like dead bugs, that's shown down here, where we're actually putting a band coming from the side to give resistance to them from up for rotation. Then you have like lifts, chops, and then band rotations would be like more of your resistance exercises when you're going into rotation. Then when we're looking at power exercise, you're normally looking at different types of med ball throws, landmine rotational presses. You could use jammer arms where you're rotating, exercises like that. Along with that, if you wanted an example of an extensive exercise for power, look at the way he's throwing that scoop toss. It's not all out effort, it's more rhythmic. That's how you'd originally build up capacity. Another thing for rotational athletes we need to work on is pelvic exercises. So we're looking at like posterior pelvic tilt and anterior pelvic tilt. If you put them on the ground, you're just trying to teach them how to recognize where their pelvis is in space and how to move it. And then you build up to exercises like pelvic rotations, that's shown on the right here, where it's basically you're working on rotating just from the pelvis. And it's going to help out as you're rotating in your sport, giving you better ability to rotate. And then you're talking integrated rotational exercises. It could be like a TRX ripstick here, where he's doing a samurai chop is what it is, but like I've had athletes use it for basically their baseball swing. We've done golf swings with it just to give that extra component of rotational power where it's integrated closer to the sport. The golfer there is going to do a med ball slam where he's actually going back into his golf swing and then slamming it down. So that's where you get into integrated rotational exercises. And there's a lot of ways to build up rotational athletes. You just have to have a plan to address the needs to make it safe for them to rotate violently and perform effectively.